G'day folks, how are you? Juddy here. Well, a funny thing happened to me today. I went up to my boat this weekend. It's my thing that I need to de-stress. Get on my boat. I'm nowhere near other human beings, and I just get this element of peace come over me. Anyway, on the way home, I accidentally tripped over a pub called the Phoenix pub in Gympie, and I accidentally tripped over old mate Josh, MVDBR fame, legend of a bloke. Had a couple of schooners with him, not Scoobies, schooners, and a bit of a yak, and it was so good to catch up with him, because like, even though I've been watching him on YouTube, yeah, I feel like I know him. Like, I feel like he's a good mate already. Like, I'd never met him, so fancy meeting this fella. Josh, legend. There was a little bit of planning involved, but I think my story sounds better. Anyway, here I am. Like, if anybody watches Josh's channel, you see no through road, and look at that. What's that say? Sandy Creek. That's where I live. That's my creek. Unfortunately, it's not. But here I am. Here I am in the cow paddocks just around the corner from Conondale, and I'm in me beast coming home. Geez, I'm glad my Craptiva crapped itself, because here I am towing me boat, and Josh said to me, which way are you going home? And I'm going, oh, I'll just go down the highway. And then I'm thinking, you know, where I am, I'm thinking, no, mate, like, just take a risk. You know what I mean? Go back through Conondale. I was a bit worried about my trailer. It's got no suspension, and it's on the rego papers, it states it's a homemade trailer. I bought the boat with the trailer together, and yeah, I'm like, ugh. So that's why I think down the freeway, and then because I didn't really want to go off road on the bumpy bits, this back way on the Mary Valley Way, which is a beautiful road. And it's Sunday afternoon. I'm thinking, man, 110 k's an hour, surrounded by cages. No, let's just go back Mary Valley Way, up over Maloney. And then this little devil on my shoulder said, hey, why not go up over the mountain? And I'm like, no, you got that trailer on the back, mate, it'll never make it. And you're saying, well, the Craptiva made it over the mountain, and the KLR made over the mountain, and you got this frickin' four-wheel drive now, mate. Like, what's wrong with you? And just for a little bit of context, okay, so this is where I am, and this is where my home is, at Sandy Creek. So it's not that far, but to get home this way, I have to go round to there. Okay, so this is where the little angel on my shoulder says, Juddy, it's okay. Like, what's the worst could happen? Like, you've got a litre of water, you got a few beers in the back, you got 4 oranges. You will survive. And actually, I'll show you something. When I bought this car, I've got more than a litre of water, because when I bought this car, it comes with an underbelly water tank. Look at that. I don't know how much. Sounds pretty empty, but hey, let's not get picky, all right? There's creeks on the way. If the trailer breaks down, you can far out, just drag the thing home. You've got a 4-wheel drive to try it out. Right, the only thing is I might have to lift this motor a little bit because there's a fair few erosion mounds. I wonder if I can lift it with that on. Let me just put you guys down for a sec. Okay, motor lifted. No worries at all. No suspension. It should be okay though. We'll see. If I think it's not going to work, hey, I can turn around. Hey, it's only like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Got a few hours of daylight, so old school hubs on. I might do this down the road a bit. There's still a bit of two-wheel driving to do to get there. I'm gonna hang a leak while I'm here, and yeah, let's go down. I forget the name of this road. What is it? Greiger. Yeah, Greiger Road. So it's on my KLR. It's like an hour and a half from home, but that's taking it pretty easy. So I reckon I'm an hour and a half from home. Going the roadway, I'm probably an hour and a half from home anyway, so let's do it. Oh, before I go, this is a little hack, little idea I had. Quad lock. I actually had the hinge break on one of my quad locks. I took it back to the guys at AMX and they contacted Quad Lock to get a replacement. They never got back to them, so they threw me a spare quad lock because I had to buy another one, of course, and in the meantime. And yeah, so I decided, hey, why not? It's right where the post is, so like it doesn't really get in the way of anything. So why not throw it up there? It seems to be doing the trick. Anyway, what do you think of my new truck? Hey, daylight? Anyway, I don't want this to be a long video because, hey, and I don't want to, I've got to do a leak. I've got to go. Love catching up with you today, Josh. It was awesome. Anyway, I'll pick you up down the track. I'm getting low on battery power too. See ya. Okay, my first four-wheel driving experience apart from on my own property. Old school hub locks. Bit of grease on the old fingers. Yeah, so looking forward to it. Yeah, I think someone like me likes to play it safe in life. But you miss out on so many things when you play it safe, hey? Like, I know this thing's had services, I know this thing's done the Cape. It should be out of Cape. I think the trailer's the only worry, and like at the end of the day, I can stash it in the bush somewhere, can't I? If something happens, and just come back and grab it. Anyway, four-wheel drive. What are we going to go? Might have to roll forward a little bit. Oh, you have to lift it, yeah. Let's do this. First, let's go third. See how the trailer goes. If it doesn't look like it's going to be up to the task, hey, turn around, go home. That's what you got a 4x for, mate. Not really. I got this specific car because it's a 1996 model. It's pre-computer. Ooh, It is a bit rutted out. I don't know, maybe with the trailer on it might be too much for it, eh? Might take me longer. We'll see how it goes. I'll just turn around if it's it. Yeah, so I got the 96 because it's pre-computer. I figure, hey, man, get something you can work on yourself and something that's not going to throw codes all the time and go into limp, mate. Like Holden, how could you do that to me? I was a Holden man. Had Holdens all my life. So I got this crap Tiva, like thinking, I did no research. Why didn't I do research? So I blame myself. Let's see how we go over this erosion mound. Yep, all good. Yeah, so yeah, that's the reason why I got a 96 2006. So that's why I paid. Paid quite a little bit of money for this. I think it might be too much for that. My trailer hasn't got springs. Anyway, I'm going to turn you guys off because I'm low on battery power. Wish me luck. Okay, I decided to take my motor off the back. Oh, she's clanging and banging on the back. I thought, don't put it through that. Alright, let's do this. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, worst of it over. I should have I was going to take video of it and I thought no, because it's not going to pick up how steep these hills are. And it was pretty rutted out, and to tell you the truth, I didn't want you to see me peaking a little bit, you know. I've got four wheels, man, like, and this thing, I'm in second gear at the moment, and it just eats it. It's beautiful. I want to have a big shout out to Winston, who sold me this car. Now, I really didn't want to tell anybody how many Ks it had done, because I could just tell there's going to be people, what the hell are you doing? But this bloke took so much care on this car. That is why I am doing this. Well, I might put in first for this one. She's a little bit steep, bit off camber. Yeah, that's why I'm doing this. It's dry too. I wouldn't do this in the wet. No way. This is the Bellbirds. This is where I pulled up. Remember, I got brake fade on my KLR, and this is where I pulled up. The trailer seems to be going good, even though it hasn't got any suspension. Let me just put in second. Hang on. Hang on. I'll wait for a spot I can just pull up. There's no way I would have attempted this unless I saw the maintenance this bloke who I bought this off has done to this vehicle. I feel confident. He's taken up the cape. Like, I haven't really got tools. I've got shifters and vice grips. Got full fuel tanks. I haven't really got a way. I've never changed a tyre on this. I know there's this jack in the back. changing a tyre on this trail. And I forgot about how sharp these rocks are on this trail. This thing does have big fat tyres. Sort of gives me a bit of confidence. I don't know. I'm not a four-wheel driver, really. Well, I guess I am. It's a bit of an oxymoron, isn't it? I'm driving a four-wheel drive, but I'm not a four-wheel driver in quotations. That's the heaviest part of this track. Oh, I didn't think about trees across the track. We'll see. Yeah, that's the heaviest part of the track where I just came up. I should have took my video out. Then I thought, hey, anytime, and there's plenty of four-wheel drive channels. Big tree. Ooh, bit of lantana, bit of wild tobacco. Oh fuck! Ooh, excuse me. Jeez, that hurt. Okay, third. Oh, nice. This is better than going up through Maloney, eh? Like, who wants to go through Maloney? Like, better than going up the freeway. Anyway, I better save my battery. I have got a battery pack up in the toolbox if worse comes to worse. But hey, to get up there I have to undo 2 padlocks, climb up. I need to sort out a ladder. Anyway guys, bit of an update actually. So you know I'm not just like on a green screen. Third gear low seems to go good. Probably should have hooked it back into second then. Should be able to get up here, hopefully. Just. You don't really want to stop and change gear halfway up a hill, do you? Yeah, so that's it. And oh, my quad lock. Did I mention quad lock? Why don't you sponsor me, quad lock? Huh? What's wrong with you? Like, I've got 200 subscribers. Like, but hey, they're the most loyal subscribers. I don't see any dropping off because I haven't been putting any videos out. Oh, there's a bit of a rock ledge here. Whoop, whoop. The trailer's still, I thought I'd lost the trailer there. Okay, what's this? Oh, clutch, mate. This park protects our natural... Oh, geez. Anyone tell me you lose brakes when your motor turns off? That was my oil pressure. Still used to driving an automatic. National Park. There you go, guys. Don't try this at home, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out of here. Okay, I made it up the mountain. Woohoo! Woo! Those rocks are really sharp. They got those, you know, those shale that they use on railway tracks. They're big. Like in my videos, you'd see I go. They call them baby heads, but I don't know. But they're like odd baby heads. They're like sharp baby heads. Well, I was just thinking about all these. What happens if I do come across a tree? I would have to turn around and go back because I haven't got a chainsaw. So I might have to add a chainsaw to my kit. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Still pretty steep. Here we go. Haha, we're onto some dirt instead of rocks. Nice. Yeah, so it was great catching up with Josh today. Like, it was so cool. And so he put on about my fairing. What's the go with this fairing? Why is it taking so long? And I was just trying to explain, because I'm not sure how he's going to edit it. Probably he'll do the long story short bit. But I am a bit OCD. Like, until I finish a task, I don't like to start another task. Unfortunately, in my life, sometimes chaos reigns, and I have to. But with the fairing, because I had recorded it, and I'm having troubles with my program, I reached out to the to LumaFusion. Why is this happening? Like, this is the program, and I could have used another program to edit it, which I might have to do. But I'm thinking, no, I paid for LumaFusion. I want to edit with that program. And I think because it's originally an Apple program, and I've downloaded it. I wasn't aware of this when I paid for it, but it's a beta version for Android. So far out, man. Like, you know, I want to use this version. Yeah, I want to use LumaFusion. I'm going to have to my esky in the back. Even though this is like, for me, it's a U. I like station wagons because I just pull the seat forward and use it as a U. I still don't want to scuff up the door panels. Yeah, so yeah, sorry guys, I'm coming up with it shortly. Okay. Anyway, update video. Look, 4-wheel drive, and in my new car, my new old car, 1996 80 series Land Cruiser, 1HZ diesel, and I'm very happy with it. And this is about as radical as I'll probably get. I'm not like these guys. I watch these guys in the convoys, mate, that do this stuff. Like, if I had to get to a point, I would. But I'm not going to go doing any drop into these bloody cliffs. So. Oh, going a bit faster than I would have liked to there, Juddy. Because my understanding, 4-wheel drives are very expensive to fix. This is why this is about as radical as I'll get. That's why I said, going too fast, mate. Like, really, settle down. It's why I ride a KLR, you know, the 4-wheel drive. Actually, there's an answer for you, Johnny Wade. He asked me, was it Johnny Wade or might have been R&B? It was one of those. I think it was Johnny. Said, what would be the equivalent to a car, to a KLR 650? And he said like a Willys Jeep, and I'm like, oh yeah, probably like over here in Australia, probably a Land Rover. But this is the equivalent for me, because the KLR, I can throw anything on the KLR. I can throw a carton, my bag, dog food. I can load it up, and it'll get to where it needs to go. And I think the 80 series is similar in that respect. you can load it up and you can tow with it. You're not going to get there fast, similar to a KLR, but you will get there. It's not really, to some people, this would not be an exciting vehicle because you're doing under 10 kilometres an hour off-road. And I'm similar on the KLR, unless I know the track and I know there's not going to be a warp. You know, I don't want to break my KLR either because it's a daily rider, and this will be my daily driver. At least I will have a backup. But in saying that, nobody knows I'm up the bush at the moment. If something happened, I've got my GPS on my phone and my tablet. I guess they would track me down eventually. Hey. Ooh, my first bit of water. My first water. Ooh. Woo, woo. My first water crossing, guys. Ah, how cool's that? Cool, I got through it. One thing I was worried about coming up here is this spot where I've stacked my KLR a couple of times. When I get there, I'll show you. Because twice I've ended up in the mud, and it's the first time I was exhausted by the time I got out. The second time I was a little bit smarter. I didn't try and lift the bike straight away. I just collected myself and waited till I had my strength back. First time was really muddy and slippery, so I slipped over, which made it worse, and I couldn't get any purchase under the bike because my feet would just go out from underneath me. The second time it wasn't that bad, so I got out of it without too much fuss. It was still a moment that I would prefer not to take on anyway. And that's the photo you see on one of my clips where I'm just covered in mud, the bike's covered in mud. I think I've seen other YouTubers come off in that spot too. And I'm a bit worried about this getting across, but I'm thinking after, like, because I've searched for 80 series, okay, maintenance, I've got an 80 series now, maintenance, so I checked it all out first before I bought it, and then bought it, and then started to be a little bit curious about what people do with these 80 series, because apparently they're pretty sought after four-wheel drive. So and now I understand why, because these go anywhere. It has a 2-inch lift. This is one of the reasons why I bought this car. One, because it was registered, had a blue slip. I knew it was roadworthy. Two, because of the maintenance, the proof of maintenance. Like before this time last year, he spent $5,000 on this vehicle. So it just goes to show the dedication he had to this vehicle. So that was another reason why I paid quite a lot of money. I'm still dubious to tell you how many Ks is on this vehicle. I may as well tell you. 773,000 kilometres. Now, you might think I'm nuts, and I thought I was nuts too, because when I saw this car for sale, I honestly messaged the seller, and I was being a little bit sarcastic too. I'm like, how do you expect me to give you so-and-so amount for this car? Like, and it's nearly done like it's done over nearly a 750,000 kilometres. How many more is in it? And I'm really glad he got back to me, because my tone would have been a little bit facetious. If you were reading it, you're like, oh, who's this smart ass, right? Anyway, he got back to me, and what he said made sense. He said, mate, my mechanic shakes his head and wonders how this car has done so many kilometres, like far out. He's impressed. However, I continue to spend money on it. It's got no blow-bys, so the rings are good, you know, after 770. I don't know, it could have had new rings along the line. I'm thinking of doing the big end on it, just as a precautionary thing. I noticed the turbo diesels, the HDT, it's a thing with them, and I'm thinking maybe do a preemptive big end on it. But for that, I'm going to need a slab. So I'm going to work on doing a slab first. Well, I'm really happy. I'll put this back on, because this is going to be a long video, isn't it? Okay, so it's taken me a little bit longer than I thought it would. It's been just over an hour. I'm nowhere near. I just touched base with somebody, just let them know that I'm in the bush. I thought I better let someone know I'm up here. A couple of times I've got up to speed and I'm like, Juddy, just settle down. So you're starting to get to, like, I'm not going to take that on. But I really wish I had have shown you that hill. Anyway, next time. Yeah, so last time I recorded this, like here I am, upside down, inside out. Yeah, last time I recorded this, I took you off the... Let me put you back on. I took you off the quad lock. And then I realised, like I'd been talking for ages, and then I realised it wasn't recording. I don't know whether I hit it or not. Yeah, life's good. So this is the best part of the trail. Like, that last bit is the worst it gets. I'm just hoping I don't come across a felled tree. So I don't know how I'm going to turn around. Whoa! Oh yeah, this is the weir. So in one of my videos you'll see, should I stop here for a beer? Nah, you got plenty of cold ones at home. And that's pretty much my, I'll show you. There's a little creek, a little weir across here. I've seen this on a few people in their channels have stopped here, motorcycle channels. I haven't watched many four-wheel drive channels. I'm increasingly watching more, but it's a pretty little spot. So I'm in one of Australia's most capable vehicles, and I'm still pinching myself. I don't believe it. Like, say 6 weeks ago, before my Craptiva crapped itself, I had no idea. I wasn't even thinking about getting a four-wheel drive. In fact, I know how expensive they are to maintain, and the only reason Well, I got one is because I ride the KLR pretty well every day. The only time I don't is when I go up to the boat. Yeah, just the price of diesel, one, and two, I enjoy riding. There's times, certain times of the day, I'm at home while people are still sitting in their car in traffic, you know what I mean? I'm at home sucking on a cold beer. It might take me 5 minutes to pack the bike and 5 minutes to get myself sorted, especially in winter. It only made sense. Get a 4B. You live in Australia, mate. You want a car that's going to last you the rest of your life? And I haven't checked out what these were new. To buy a new four-wheel drive, you're looking around $80,000 for something like this, or more. So why wouldn't I invest? Invest is the right word in a bit of Australian. Like, I love old Holdens. Like, I invested in one. And it got stolen, you know, an old FC Holden. I was so shattered. Stolen from my property. Anyway, that's another story. I never even told the cops. Never even reported it stolen. It was like, what did I do wrong? I felt like I had done something wrong. I hadn't. Now I'm thinking it's too late now, the horse is bolted. So instead of, I was going to get an old EH, and I'm thinking, you can't even park it. Like, I can't go to the boat and park it in a parking lot and expect to see it there the next day. You know what I mean? Like, it's sad, but it's true. Like, the old Australia wasn't like that, but it is now. You know, people... There's oxygen thieves in our community. Anyway, so I thought, hey, Land Rover, they're everywhere. Land Cruiser, they're everywhere. Like, if someone steals one, like, I think, you know, safety in numbers, isn't there? Like, there's other ones to steal, you know. I've got no plans on having a pretty, I'm not going to make this a pretty car. It's got dings over it. Like, nobody's going to steal it. You know, I got a club lock, was a good investment. Pro lock it's called, actually. Yeah, anyway, so you know, the trailer's going good. It's amazing, isn't it? No suspension on the trailer. One little trick, if you ever got a trailer without suspension, have your tyres down about 15 psi, and that way the tyres act as a bit of suspension. On a four-wheel drive, I don't know, should I have aired my tyres down? Somebody put in the comments if you know anything about four-wheel drive. Should I, could I potentially, have I got more chance of getting a puncture if I don't air down my tyres? I don't know, I don't think so. These are pretty rugged tyres. I'm a bit worried when I go over that sharp shale. Oh, here we are. South Goods Roads, Jimna Belthorpe Road. Not trafficable in wet weather. Definitely not trafficable in wet weather. There you go. How are we going? How's my battery? So I've only got 15% left on my phone. So I'll just make this quick. I'm really glad I got a trailer on the back with the boat, because it really makes me think slow down, let the car do the job. If I didn't have the trailer on the back, I dare say I would be doing I would be hitting these ruts a bit harder than I am, and it's good to make me realise, hey Judd, in your head, man, like next time, even if you haven't got a trailer on, just do the same thing. Just go nice and easy. Anyway, that's it. I just realised I'm going the wrong way. I'm heading towards Gymna, because the other way I go, it turns into rainforest pretty quick. I've taken a wrong turn, and I don't think maps will show me where I am. I think I have to turn around and go home. I've gone the wrong way. I should be on that mountain line over there. Oh, what a twit. Oh. Alright. I'm pretty sure I've gone the wrong way. Okay, so Juddy being Juddy. Yes, I did. I took the wrong turn. I pulled my maps up on my tablet, so I've still got a bit of power on my tablet. Yeah, I was heading towards Gymna. Yeah. So I'm still 27 kilometres from home. And I don't think that's as the crow flies, because as the crow flies, I could probably throw a stone. Anyway, I'm running low on battery. I want to save a little bit of power in my phone for emergencies. Yeah. It's not quite pear-shaped, is it? Because the car's going really well. I wasn't looking forward to crawling over some of these ruts going back. The thing that tipped me off was the rain. Where was the rainforest? Usually I'm in rainforest by now. And I have been up Gymna Way on my VN 1500 on the mighty Vulcan. Yeah, the mighty Vulcan Classic. Yes. Yeah, so I knew, hey, that it's barren and dusty. Barren and dusty. You clown. Anyway, the funny thing was I'm doing a U-turn, trying to do a U-turn on the track, and I'm like, holy dooly. Don't get bogged, mate. It was looking... I got out and I dragged the trailer around by hand. Dragged it around by hand, that is. And it's surprisingly light, the trailer. Anyway, I'm off. Okay, so I'm back on track. Yes. Probably about, maybe an hour. What do? You just got to turn around, concede defeat. And as I'm coming up the hill, I should have filmed it. It's this big rut, and I'm like, first gear, mate. Like, it's amazing. This thing with the 2-inch lift. I've got to thank Winston for selling this to me, mate, for talking me into buying it, because I could have easily bought a run-of-the-mill Land Cruiser with nothing for around the same price. Tidy, half the Ks, but with no idea on service history. So, you know, with this I got 2 winches, front, forward, fore and aft. winch, a great roof rack with 2 toolboxes. The left one's full of fuel containers. I've got the right one's got tools and my petrol for my boat in that one. Surprisingly good value for the money when you think about it. It's quite clean. So thank you, Winston. I'm going to sign off. I've got a choice. Do I go to the mud hole? Or do I take on the hill of death? Juddy's Hill. Which one? The mud hole isn't very exciting, really, but it's lovely rainforest drive, which I'm going to feel. I think I'd like to go the rainforest drive, but it's further. If I go the hill of death, it's actually shorter. But after dealing with some of the ruts I've dealt with some of the off-roading capabilities of this, like, I've got no doubt the hill of death is attainable. But I think it's pretty boring. It might be shorter, but there's no rainforest. Where this, if I go right, there's a rainforest, which I really love rainforest. Anyway, signing off. We're getting to the mud hole. See, this is what tipped me off to being on the Gymna trail. Oh, Juddy, you dick. Anyway, do you believe I just went through this mud hole? I thought I was filming and I was panicking. I wasn't filming. I don't know what I was worried about. Made it through very easy. Anyway, I have absolutely no experience four-wheel driving, so anyway, I'll save my battery. Okay, I came to a couple of uphill sections that I really wished I had have recorded, and this is nowhere near as gnarly as some of the ones I've gone up. As usual, the camera doesn't really show you how steep it is, but just an idea on the Land Cruiser's capabilities. I'm in second gear, low range, four-wheel drive, and it's just idling up this hill. How pretty. You don't want to go off the edge there. So pretty. Anyway, save your battery, Juddy. I've managed to not film any gnarly spots, and I'm sort of a little bit upset that I have, but I guess there's plenty of time. I'm gonna have to think of a name, aren't I, for the cruiser? What are we gonna call her? Bertha? Big Bertha? It can't be that easy, surely. Anyway, we shall think about it. Are you Bertha? Talk to me. Oh, look at this mud hole. Oh, yes. Four-wheel driving, Juddy. I better get off. I better shut up. Okay, so I've done it again. I've got lost. I am terrible. I get lost so easy. So guess what? I think I'm going to be going the wall of death. If I'm lucky, I'll do the wall of death. I am a shocker. I should have. I'm going to get one. I'm going to get an Android. What do they call them? Head unit. Yeah, because last time I came along here, private property everywhere. And I'm like, fuck, I'm nearly at Stony Creek. I'm like, how do I get lost like this? Do I get sidetracked? And where's the right-hand turn? Like, last time I came along here, I missed it too. So it worked out I didn't get lost. Well, I did, because I had no idea. I had no idea where I was. Whoops. Can't find them, grind them. Yeah, so it turned out Windermere Road is the one with the big bog in it. I could have gone that way. Isn't that funny? These tracks are in my backyard. I've got a KLR 650 and I don't know where I'm going. I was talking to old mate today, Josh, and just praising him up about his sense of direction. He was talking about without maps and that he'd be lost, but like, mate, I think he's next level. Like, he's got adventure in his bones, eh? And like, I was also telling him how weird it is to be praised up, you know. So sorry, mate, not praising you up, because it is weird. It's weird. Anyway, yeah, I'm down to like 8% on my phone, and I'm using my phone to hotspot for maps for my tablet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn you off, and then I'm going to turn you back on at the Hill of Death. The Hill of Death. Ooh. Speaking of Hill of Death, you wouldn't want to go off there, that's for sure. Not quite at the Hill of Death yet. It doesn't look much. I know when I went down on my motorcycle, I skidded a lot down here because I didn't know where the end was. This is a pretty steep hill though, eh? I'm in second gear, low range. But being in a four-wheel drive is actually, I feel safer than on a motorcycle, weirdly, because but really in reality on a motorcycle you can just like crash it and there you go, you stop, don't you? But in one of these, if you lose control in one of these, but that's what I like about the gearing of a four-wheel drive. Anyway, I'm going to keep playing. I know on the video I made with the Quacker on my Quackasaki channel with the KLR, I was skidding a lot, but that was because I didn't know, I hadn't had it memorised in my head where the hill was going, if you know what I mean. Like, I wasn't sure how fast to go down, if I had time to stop, if I got out of control. Yeah, a little bit of inexperience on my part, where, you know, I'm in third gear, low range here, and she eats it up pretty good. It's starting to get dark. Oh, there's a 4B behind me. Holy dooly. That's weird. I haven't seen anybody all day on this track. And then I just look in my mirror and there's a 4B behind me. That's just weird. To the Hill of Death. Juddy's Hill. wanted to put a little bit of distance between me and that 4BA, because you just don't know when you're out in the middle of the boondocks, do you? Lucky I am in the car of the apocalypse. It's funny, I was thinking before, I've got the car of the apocalypse, I've got the motorcycle of the apocalypse, and I've got the boat of the apocalypse. Holy frickin' deal. And the property of the apocalypse. Oh, I think I'm just lucky, like in respect. I know you make your own luck in this world, but I am blessed. Oh, there you are. Holy dooly, how'd that happen? Yes, I do believe grace holds a part in our lives, because we are only human after all, and perfection is a way off. I might just check my battery. I'll be right back. Okay, so I was on 5%, so I turned it off. Oh, what am I in? I'm in third gear. See, that's where I stuffed up last time. I went off in the wrong gear, and I've just got to be really careful of that, because that's my downfall. Anyway, so I got 5% left. I should have enough. This is the hill of death. This is where Juddy's Hill. Juddy's Hill. So I'm in second. I might go first, I think. No, second. We'll let this bloke go past. Okay, so that 4B behind me was a local, just wondering, he was wondering whether I knew what I was getting myself into going down this hill. So I pulled up, he wanted me to I had to wind my window down, and it took my belt off I can't get my belt back on. So I'm in first gear. Let's do this hill, the hill of death. Lights, camera, action. Oh. Okay, I'm in first, might be a little bit low. Okay, so the hill of death. Yes, I think he was a bit concerned that I didn't know, but the funny thing is, he said he's got a DR650 for sale because he stacked it on this hill, and oh, this isn't it. Oh, there you go. He stacked it on this hill and tore his ACL, broke his knee or something. Now he's selling. Oh, it is. This is the hill of death. I feel like I need to do a pee. Oh, and I can't get my flaming belt on. Okay, do you believe my phone went flat? I couldn't believe it. The hill of death will have to wait another day. I made it home. I made it down the hill of death. It was good. Daylight would be good, actually, without the trailer. Go up and, yeah, maybe take some GoPros, put a GoPro on. Yeah, so that's my ramble. That's my long-winded afternoon four-wheel driving in the new car. I liked it. It was good. Okay, guys, thank you. Bye.